So the first aspect of this design, you can see it's an important one, and it's one of creating privacy between this relatively busy street and the house, and we've chosen to do that with a bamboo planting, which is fairly effective in this case because not only is it a clumping variety, but on this side we have the street which contains it. And then bamboo always sends out runners out the side and up, and so being on this steep slope, it'll be very easy to see if this bamboo begins to spread a little bit more than we want it to. But that's given us some instant privacy. We took this relatively bare slope with a few plants and have repopulated it. And one of the things that was particularly nice about this design is you see this nice curve in the deck here, but the original design, when we came in, we had a jagged edge along here. We came up to this board right here, and then you came in and then was straight like here, so it was a very awkward deck to use, and so we simply expanded the deck in this curved area. As you can see, it totally blends in. Then over here we raised this area up because there was a desire for patio, and potentially in the future there may be a stone fireplace in this area, but we brought in fill soil, raised this up, and then put in a stone patio with a few steps. And then over on this side, when we arrived, there was concrete slab that was right up to the house, all through here, that was cracked concrete. There was some very ugly lattice underneath the garage area that totally cut off the sense of space. And so we left this frond tree right here, kind of landscaped under this area, built this retaining wall in here to create this little nook, and then removed the slab from here as well. You can still see the last little remains. We didn't want to go too close to the house, so we left this foot of concrete slab, but it allows a very nice meditation and garden. But most of this particular landscape work has been in the back. What we had here, as we're walking down, is we had an original set of these block concrete steps that just came straight up, and so we tore out from here down and replaced them with these railroad tie steps. And railroad ties are nice because they are totally non-slip, and they have kind of a rustic feel. Now what we had coming along here was a falling down wood retaining wall, and it just kind of came across here, and we had some old rickety steps right around here that were coming down, and then it was just a complete topsy-turvy mess all along here. There was no level space or big divots. So what we wanted to do was create a graceful set of stairs down into the lower yard to create some lawn area for the children to play in, and move the play structure that was actually in the front to the back. And so what I did was, rather than have this wood retaining wall here, as I excavated down here, I actually brought that soil up and packed it in here, so we've got a nice slope. And in the area that's, you can see some of my boulders over here that I've stacked in the area that it was the steepest. While we were doing that, we resolved another site challenge, which was that the gutters were dropping water down in some areas and creating a little bit of a stream. So we graded all this out. We created this lovely set of walkways and planted these nice junipers. Before we put the fence up, you could see the deer were traipsing through here. And then simply by excavating soil out, in this area. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, as we come along here, by excavating soil down here, we've brought that soil down here, and what we did is we filled in here, so you could see this was kind of the original slope. We built it up, and I'll take you down here to look at what we did. We actually used broken concrete waste and a very rustic but extremely stable wall, which we tore up from those concrete slabs that I mentioned in the front. The client is doing their own maintenance, so the grass is a little high at the moment. But we created this wonderful plateau, digging out the soil over here, moving the soil back against here, so that the kids could have a play area. And you can see I also cut into the slope right here, and then I also moved in a fair amount of dirt for this kind of play structure area down in here. And then we put in a few taller growing trees to mask the unsightly look under the house. And so now there is actually a functional backyard, and just planted the slopes with drought tolerant plants. So it's quite a dramatic transformation for this whole house, and it's now fairly comfortable to come up and down. We did this a couple years ago, and we left we worked around this pear tree, and then this swing was a fun addition. We had this wonderful I-beam under the house. The kids wanted a nice swing. It's very hard to get a good swing out of a play structure, so what we did is we actually bolted right in to the I-beam. You can see our bolts using galvanized pipe, plus the tensioner wires. You can just see kind of going up and down to create both a swing and also with the knots in the rope, a way to climb up and down the rope.